Hey, what's going on, everybody? This time we went to Havasu Falls. This is an incredible location. So the first thing you have to do is check in at the Caverns Inn. Okay, pretty basic motel. We actually stayed the night. They were very nice because we actually came in a day late and they kept our reservation. So you just go to the check-in desk. They make you fill in a bunch of information. They give you a little bracelet to walk in the park, and then you go find a parking. There's a lot of information about not parking by the rocky side there because the rocks fall and break the car. I mean, you can find a parking and it's full of cars, so I don't think it really matters that much. But anyway, so that's the beginning of the hike. You honestly don't have to check in at the caverns. There's a little lodge, that thing on the left there that you saw, where you can actually check in. Because I went there and I went to ask for, like, oh, do I have to do anything? And they're like, did you check in? And they're like, yeah. They're like, okay, well then you're good to go. So yeah, then the hike starts, as you can see. It's good to start early because it gets pretty hot. Okay, and with the backpack and all, it is a pretty long hike. Okay, it's not that bad if you don't have a backpack. You can actually get the mules to carry your backpacks, but it is pretty expensive. Okay, so a lot of people, what they do is they hike it down and then they just get the mules to take it back up. But you gotta book it. It is very expensive, and what we did is we hiked in and then we took the helicopter out, which actually a lot of people do that. It all depends on how fit you are and how ready you are to stand the heat with the weight and all that in your back. Okay, other than that, the hike is absolutely amazing. Just have a look for yourself. Yeah, so you're basically going in the canyon, right? So there's a lot of shade depending on the time that you go. It's not that bad. And you hike until you get to the town. Just follow the people in the path. And then you get to the main town. Okay, in the main town you can't really record. Okay, out of respect for the tribe and all that. Okay, there is a few services. There's like a shop, well, a church if you need it. It's a little town, little native town. Postal service coming in and bringing all the stuff. Okay, this is the location right there behind the donkeys. That's where the helicopters would leave from. Okay, and then yeah, you get to the town. There's a little kind of restaurant, fast food kind of place where you can get food and stuff and reload. And then right after the town, it's 2 miles to the hike. It was actually quite surprising to get to the hike, and because to the falls, because you're hiking down and boom, they're right there. Okay, and they are as amazing as you would think. So yeah, we got there like right after sunset. It wasn't that dark, but in the camera it was. So right after there, you go down the hill and you're at the campground. There's a table with a bunch of stuff, like you can see, where people leave their stuff that they don't want to carry because it's too heavy. So this is pretty much what you can find there. So if you need any of these, don't bring them in because you're going to have a bunch of these things just laying out there for you to grab, water bottles, sleep mats. There's even tents, a bunch of stuff. And this is what the campground looked like. There's potable water. There's a fountain of potable water there where you can fill up your water, okay? And the campground is actually so beautiful. The deeper you walk in, the nicer it is, okay? But of course, a lot of people, what they do is they're pretty tired and they just pitch their tent as soon as they get there. There's compost toilets, okay, that kind of smell a bit, but it's not that bad. There's toilet paper in the compost toilets, okay, and there's 3 groups of toilets. There's one at the beginning, one in the middle, and one at the end of the campground. And yeah, this is one of the waterfalls, and you can actually camp all around here. Okay, so that's how beautiful it is. You can see the tents at the end there. Okay, and yeah, you just camp, you grab your water, you chill there, and then you do whatever hikes you want to do. And actually pretty close is already Mooney Falls. which are, they're wow. They're like one of the biggest wows you're gonna have in your life. So first we saw it from this side. You can see the people down there kind of climbing down. But then to get to the bottom, you have to go the other way. Okay? So if you go through the campground, you go to the over there, the right side of the falls, or left if you're facing it. And then to go down, you have to climb down. It's pretty slippery. Okay? There's nothing you can do really. There's no shoes that can you just have to watch out. And there's a chain that you have to hold on to, okay, and just keep going down. It is pretty, you just have to go slow. Here's your buddy checking on everybody so that everybody's safe, okay, and that's the hole you go down through, okay. So after you leave Mooney Falls, you can have a swim and everything. You go downstream, you cross the river further down, and you go over to Beaver Falls. The hike is really nice. As I say, you have to cross the river, so that's why you got to bring your water shoes. It could get up to like waist deep at some points, and depending on the season. But it's very nice. You go through prairies, kind of very, very beautiful area, movie scenery with the canyon. If you're lucky, you're going to bump into some of the wildlife. We bumped into some bighorn sheep. Yeah, so there's some parts that you have to climb, but as you can see, the scenery is very, very beautiful. It's not really hard, although you do have to climb in some sections, and then you just get to Beaver Falls, which are absolutely gorgeous. You can swim in the little pools. It has a bunch of little pools, and you can just swim in there or just chill for a while. And if you still have energy, you can keep going to see the confluence of the two rivers. It's really nice. We didn't do it because we were a bit tired, but Beaver Falls is pretty much halfway between the campground and the confluence, so it's up to you if you want to do it or not, and you would just keep on going that way. Yeah, so also on the way down between the town and the campground, so right before Havasu Falls, pretty much midway, there is Navajo Falls, and before that there is 50-foot Falls. Navajo Falls is very, very nice, as you can see. We went there on the way back because, you're hiking down, you're super tired, and you just want to get to the campground. In the campground, it could get pretty cold at night if you go in during the winter. So the best months to go are during right after summer, because mainly the rainy season is over, and if you go during the rainy season, the waterfalls might not be emerald green because it's just washing everything down. This is some of the how we did it. We had these capsules to burn food, and we would just, because it's very very light, so we had these capsules. We'd boil the water and throw it into the dried food satchel, and that's what we would eat aside from energy bars and stuff like that. This is very very light stuff, you know, and it had enough food. It could be, if you know, we could have dried chicken, whatever, water container that we picked up there, and that's it. And then we just got the helicopter back, which was pretty nice. You don't have to book the helicopter, you just get there, you put your name on the list, and they're gonna take everybody that's there. Okay, so don't worry about that. It might be a bit of a waiting time, but you know, there's the little bar there that you can eat and just chill. So yeah, as I was saying, it could get pretty cold at night during the winter months. Okay, it's gonna be hot during the day, and if you go too close to the summer, like beginning of September, it's gonna be very hot. We went at the end of September, and it was actually pretty hot too when we were hiking during the day. So make sure you start very very early as you can, so you don't get that sun, that lunchtime sun. Okay, because it's really gonna wear you down. And if you go during the winter, just make sure you bring something to stay warm at night. Okay, have fun, stay safe, and definitely, if you have a doubt, do this hike. It's amazing.